host Indranil Basu. Today we have Chennai Super Kings taking on Lucknow Super Giants. They played a few days ago, and again they are playing. And this is what IPL is. There is one clash which happens one after the other against each other. Always happens in IPL every year. I've seen so often Delhi, Punjab playing in Mohali, and then coming back to Delhi, Delhi again playing Mohali. I beg your pardon, Punjab in Mohali, in Delhi. So it's quite a continuous process we have seen every year. But when we talk about hitting the ball, which is what the main deal is about playing IPL, I mean, you can't do it without involvement. Involvement is such a strong word. I often say you can get married without involvement. You can worship. Today's Hanuman Jayanti. Hanuman Jayanti to every happy Hanuman Jayanti to everyone. You can do everything without involvement. Probably you have to have a lot of involvement when you're playing cricket. You watch the ball. If you lose sight of the ball, if you're thinking of something else while hitting the ball, probably the ball will not go to that desired destination or direction where you want to. And that's how cricket is so important as far as focus is concerned. You can't take your focus away from the game. And that's what cricket is so powerful. You need a lot of involvement. I mean, without involvement, you can't go anywhere. And that's why this game, be it T20, ODI, Test cricket. So, I mean, to take this discussion forward, of course, we have MS Dhoni. The way he's involved, even at this age, why is he playing? He's 42. How is he managing to play? Look at the numbers. Because of his involvement, he's not losing the side of the ball. That's why he doesn't want to get away on the field. He wants to still, at the age of 42, do wicket keeping behind the stumps. Because he loves watching that ball. And that means involvement. And I'm telling you again and again, it's easy to do to be multi-dimensional. But when you're playing cricket, you can't be multi-dimensional. You have to keep watching the ball. Joining us today, we have Ashwin Krishnan, sports marketing expert, guru, whatever I call him. We have Archiman Bhaduri, senior assistant editor from Times of India. He's based out of Calcutta. Welcome, gentlemen. Of course, Avinav Chaturvedi, the actor, cricketer. If I can start with Mr. Bhaduri, I mean, you can get married, you can worship, you can drive, thinking about other things and you're driving, but you can't play cricket or bat without that word involvement. Am I right or wrong?
Yeah, of course, because cricket is always a one-ball game actually. So when you are
Yes.
batting, so you might be at a score of 200, but you will get out in the next ball itself. So it's a one-ball game. It is said that it's a one-ball game. Even as a bowler, if you have gotten for hit for maybe four fours or four sixes, but you can always come back in the fifth ball and claim a wicket. So every ball counts in this match. So that is the thing what you are talking about, that focus. So every ball you have to be focused and you have to be good at what you are trying to do. So that is more important. So your involvement is in that way counts, always counts.
All right. Involvement. Avinav Bhai, how involved are you? Are you involved in the
Absolutely. I mean,
involved in the
today,
show?
normally I would take out the newspaper the other way around, but
Ah,
today I have all the reasons because to open the front page, we see at 17, Gukesh Domaraju has, cleaned up the chess with the, with
but this
the,
is
with the,
cricket
with,
only. Right?
I
We are
know,
not going to
but,
discuss chess. You can talk
you,
to Chahal separately and talk about it. But this is
oh
cricket
my
calling.
God, he got his 200th yesterday. 200
Yes.
wickets in the IPL. I mean, this is simply phenomenal. And yesterday we saw a movie called RRR. Rajasthan Royals rocked completely. We had this new movie on the IPL theater called RRR. 200
Absolutely.
wickets. Thereafter, we had uh, you know, the bowling part was so good. Ever in the history of the IPL, UB Chahal got his 200th wicket. This is by any standards something very, very phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. And he went down, in excitement, bent down. And it's really, really commendable.
Absolutely. When players do well, I'm really happy. I'm seeing that. Zindabad Chahal. But coming back to today's match, we'll come back to We'll discuss yesterday's match a little later. Ashwin bhai, the involvement, the MS Dhoni factor didn't work in the last game they played against LSG in Lucknow. This time, what are we expecting? MS Dhoni to do something. You're back in your den, and it's very tough to beat Chennai in Chennai. We know that. So, your thoughts?
Yeah, I think it is good for CSK to have a game like they had last time. It's they were doing too well too soon. It's good for them to have a setback, and they know what mistakes they made. They know they've played against the current Lucknow side. It's a new season, new players. I know old faces. They know everyone's form. They've understood the game a little better, and they're playing at home. So to me, CSK are the favorites without doubt, and they will come hard at Lucknow. So it's going to be an interesting game. Lucknow is also playing well. The way they batted 134 run opening, this thing, I mean, just set everything up for them. So CSK will be looking to address their bowlers who didn't do too well. Lucknow's bowlers did brilliantly, with the sole exception of a couple of guys. Everybody else bowled brilliantly, including Stoinis, who came on as a part-time. Even he bowled well. So I think it's going to be an evenly matched game, a very good game. It's going to be a very interesting game to watch today in terms of cricket.
Absolutely. Every IPL game is exciting. I mean, we saw Punjab playing the other day and losing. I mean, there is that element of excitement factor always there ruling the rules. But there is something special about CSK, Ochida, which is there. Whatever comes out of their stable has to be special. In fact, in the commentary box also, you hear the every other commentator. It's just it's too mundane. I think it's quite. I don't enjoy it. But when I hear, even though he's not as articulate as he should be, Ambati Raidu is bringing a lot of, bringing that fresh lease of life, the way he's talking and describing the anecdotes, telling us stories. So there is something special about CSK. Always something special comes out.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true. And more or less, another thing that works for them, I think, is their fan base. I have never seen
Yes.
such a huge fan base because of maybe Mahendra Singh Dhoni. Means wherever they are going, they are getting the support base. So that's always adds up. That always adds up because this home and away format, the support base, if you are getting in away matches also, is incredible. You just can't believe in this. And I have been covering matches in IPL in Calcutta. Even in Eden Gardens, I have seen people entering with Dhoni jersey when a match is with KKR. So it's
Yeah.
very amazing. Means you fail to understand whether CSK are playing at home or they're playing away. So that thing, a team which has such a huge fan base, you can understand that always peps up the team. That always peps up. You get that extra energy on the field when you are getting in. 2 days back, you must have seen that when Dhoni was about to come in, he asked Jadeja to step out, and Jadeja just made a mockery of his, as if he is just stepping in on the field, and then he went back and Dhoni entered, and it was like a scripted movie scene and the people went wild seeing that thing. So Dhoni knows how to play with this mass psychology also, which is very important. You need to have that thing and also control that thing. You cannot go overboard. If you go overboard, you can do something. Sometimes you go wrong. So Dhoni has this thing in it that he always knows how to keep things under control, and he knows how to keep the other players under control also, because there are so many young players who can go wild seeing such a wild base. But if you have somebody called Dhoni who comes in and just have a pat on your back and say, just do this, it makes a world of difference to these people. And this is a learning process that they need to know, because when they step out in the international arena, these things counts, because your skill set might be okay, but at the highest level of field, there is a mental aspect also comes in. And you
Mindset, we
have to
call it.
know mindset, how to handle that. It is very important. And you cannot have a better judge or teacher than Mahendra Singh Dhoni. And CSK is gaining from this person. I don't know how long will Mr. Dhoni go on playing, but I feel that he will be associated with the team in some capacity or the other. And
Absolutely.
so long he is there, I think CSK are in good hands, and there will always be a contender for the IPL title.
Wow. I mean, this is what the phenomena is in Delhi, wherever you go in this part of India. Wherever Dhoni is playing, it's yellow. And I wish I could have his number, because he's got such a strong influence on the youngsters. He keeps telling the youngsters, don't use the phone. I wish I could have his number and call him and tell him, please bat up the order,
He
for
doesn't
God's
have a
sake.
phone.
Yeah, that's what. I mean, he has, but not many has his number. That's the drawback. Even
That's
Lakshman called him before retirement. He was deciding something. Dhoni didn't pick up, and that became a headline. Even CSK owner, I mean, I don't know if he's still the owner. Essentially, was
Arun Pandey has got the
he
number.
also struggled to reach out to him. So I wish I could tell
Arun
him,
Pandey.
please back up the order. Give more some. I mean, fun time to the fans. They love seeing you there on the field in your not in your gloves all the time. Wear pads and come out also. I mean, without doing any skit. Your thoughts, Abhinav Bhai? Dhoni should come up the order at least once in IPL. He should do that. Why not today?
Yes, I think he should come and just hammer the, as they say, they hammer the shit out of the bowlers, because the guy is so. दो तीन बाल्टी दूध तो पीते होंगे कम से कम धोनी जी. और भाई साहब उनका पावर्स और क्या. He is, his strokes are so amazing, and the helicopter one, if it comes by, you know, he should back, for a change, and just come out and bash, and all kinds of aerial shots, all kind of power shots. Mahendra Singh Dhoni का जवाब नहीं, इसलिए because he puts his mind behind the shot. You see, our mind is such a powerful area that it helps us to. जैसे मैं खेलता था तो मैं डिसाइड कर लेता था पहले मैं उस पेड़ पे मारूंगा इसको. Now the thought form gets translated into the body, and I have
Of
tried
course,
this,
that's how it works.
and I have tried this. There was a bowler, and I used to do that. I put the mind के इसको इस पेड़ पे मारूंगा. So and if he sees he is a wicket keeper, so he's got a 360-degree part. He knows what is behind his head also. कौन सा फील्डर
So that's
किधर
what I
खड़ा है.
said, involvement. To watch the ball, you need involvement. Absolutely. Ashwin
So
bhai, I
that is
want to bring, yeah, complete your thought, please.
no. I'm done for as far as this is
Okay,
concerned.
so
Ashwin bhai.
Ashwin bhai, I want to know from you, when you look at transmission, Abhinav bhai was talking about transmission, how your thoughts, you can collect the clarity, the transmission. So whenever World Cup is around, I don't know how, KL Rahul starts getting runs. Is it a coincidence? Is it so? I always believe we have not done well with three guys at the helm, because the top order is for India. I'm talking about Virat, Rohit, KL. We've done that, done and dusted. We have won nothing. So we are not doing anything. We are going with the same combination that Rohit Sharma and Virat, who are your close friends. But my point is, since you're going with that kind of a policy, so how can you guarantee a success? Because to get a success, you have to get out of the comfort zone. Our comfort zone is Virat Kohli. Our comfort zone is Rohit Sharma. When are these youngsters going to be empowered? KL Rahul is scoring runs. Why not, a youngster like a Dhruv Jurel? I mean, he's not going to be there. We know for sure it's going to be Rishabh Pant and Sanju Samson. They are right ahead in the race. But your thoughts about this culture, we have to change. Why? You have so many. I'm a test cricketer is going to make one match from one match 60 lakh rupees. So they can jolly well play test cricket. Why are they sort of hampering the youngsters from playing? I mean, your thoughts. I mean, I hope I'm not putting you in a fix, but this is my thought. I want you to tell me, because
No, it's very hard if you are in their shoes technically, because cricket
yeah,
is a very short career. I'm playing the devil's advocate here,
all
but
right,
it is a very short career. Uh, this is a call that has to be taken by the management. You cannot expect the player to take it.
all
The
right.
people who are controlling cricket in India, people like the selectors, including the captain also comes into play. These people should take a call. If you ask a player who wants to stop, you tell me, did Kapil Baji stop? He
He was
was
told, ding dong, ding dong.
in
Now
fact
you have
one
taken
week
over.
one
Cricket
week
calling,
before
cricket calling. He got a cricket call. So yeah,
one week
cricket calling.
one week before he played his last test, I played him in Shanti Sports Club. So it's just that he was not half the bowler that he was, but he continued to play. Great cricketer, but leaving a sport at the right time. Sunil Gavaskar was one man who left at his peak. We just know when to stop. Stop. It's very hard. You can't blame the cricketer. You can't blame them at all, because for them, just imagine leaving something that defines you. Leaving something that defines you is very hard, and to leave even one format is not easy at all. So I guess, especially when it comes to an event like the World Cup, it's not even an ordinary bilateral series or a tri series in Australia. It's a World Cup. Everybody feels, oh, if I play this, this may be my last World Cup. Let me give it one last shot, right? So that's the thought process. The player cannot be blamed at all. And now Virat Kohli is the top run getter. I mean, on what basis will you ask him not to play? On
I'm
what basis?
sorry. I take back my comment.
No. I'm just saying, you cannot ask him not to play, because he is the only guy can probably, and he
And
can
he wants to
adapt.
play.
Also,
And he wants to
Dada,
play. Yeah.
in the US, conditions are going to be totally different from here. Those are drop-in pitches. Ball's going to be low and
They
keep
haven't,
low.
those
You need
pitches haven't
experience.
arrived also.
Yes, but you also have to realize people are scoring at a rate of 150, 160, 170 will not score at that rate. You will need experience like Virat Kohli, who's scoring at 130, who may score at 120, but his experience will come in handy over there. If it was in a normal country, it would have fine, but it's in a totally different area. And West Indies is also like US only. So I think this is my take on it.
All right. You're not moving away from your friends. I understand.
No, it's not friends. I have better friends who are sitting out. But the point
All
is, like
right.
my
No, I'm just trying to pull your leg. Nothing else. Mr. Bhaduri, pace or spin? What works well for T20? Because you've seen Mayank Yadav. He had injury. He had a niggling pain. He has been around for more than 2 years with the LSG camp. I don't know why they didn't make him play, because all the time there was a competition. I think that left arm seamer took the slot from Lucknow. So now we're seeing, faster you bowl, it's easy for the batters to hit you easily. I mean, that's how it's been the trend. We've seen how Umran Malik struggled over the years. So your thoughts on how Lucknow, what you see Lucknow doing differently, because they have been blowing hot and cold off late. So do you see them actually showing their dominance? Because they've been a very consistent team, because their owners are extremely demanding. We know that. You're in Calcutta, you get the supply
Yeah,
through that owner. So electric supply happens through that owner. So you can't say too much about him, because that will sort of, that's not good actually. So, I mean, they have been very consistent. I mean, Gautam Gambhir had actually created a lovely base. They played the playoff in last 2 years. A team coming with a new thought, new energy. So do you think they are still sort of, they tried Henry in the last game. He made his debut. You see, that pace is going to work I mean, or the slow bowlers. What will work the best for LSG?
see, the Mayank Jadhav is there's a lot of talks and hue and cry about Mayank Jadhav. There's no doubt he's a tiered away fast bowler. But I think
Yeah,
the problem with such type of pacers are that you have to have your body also ready for such type of bowling. So if you are bowling at such a pace, you need to have your body back up for that. And that's what
yeah,
happened to Mayank, because he cracked after 2 matches. I think he will again come back after 1 or 2 matches maybe. But I'm not very optimistic about whether he will be able to carry on like this for so, because he needs proper grooming. And there's, I think, as he was not exposed to this level of cricket, I think now people at the back end will take care of him and actually has to prepare him for that. Your pace is fine, but now you have to have your variations in the thing. You have to have different type of bowling. You have to have the slower one. You have to have the
yeah.
Yorkers. You have to have the bouncers. So everything you have to have on your head. Your armor must be full of different aspects, because in international cricket, pace will does just pace will not work. Just pace will not work. So you have to have these things, and these things will come with time. With time, I have to understand that a youngster coming straight into the level of field, it cannot happen. So he might have created a sensation with his pace in the first few matches, but I want to see whether he can able to finish off in the same hudra, whether he is capable of doing that, or whether these people are quite experienced batters whom they will be bowling. So they are also
All right.
studying him. So it's very difficult to know how much successful he will be in the latter half of the IPL, and I want to see that also, because the same thing happened in Umran Malik. Last time when Umran
Yes.
Malik was doing like this thing, and I still remember Vensarkar was saying that take him to Indian team because this is the right time for him to give him a chance and all these things. But Umran Malik has also faded away. So just pace is not the thing. Pace is a sensation, but you have to carry on that sensation, and how far you can do that, that will only make you the next level. You have to go to the next level now.
For the bowlers, it's about involvement, watching the ball. For bowlers, for batters, it's about involvement, watching the ball, and for the bowlers, it's about generating, having that skill set, which is important. You have
That
to be
skills.
skilled more than the pace factor. I mean, by between Jaiswal and Mr. Shubman Gill, who is going to be picked for the T20 World Cup, according to you? After what Jaiswal did last night against Mumbai, destroyed. Mane, that cult figure we have, Vibhishan, where he's destroying his own home. He's from Bombay. He's so merciless against his own team. I mean, not his franchisee team, but he's from Bombay. He should be at least considerate. This is his second 100 he scored.
There's no
And
mercy
even
coming
Sunil
for him.
Gavaskar asked the same question to him yesterday. Actually, that you being from a Bombay, why are you doing this against Bombay?
Yeah, I mean,
Come
why?
on, because when you're donning the other side's colors,
Huh.
there's no home team. You are under the skin of the character.
Youth Kar.
So once
Youth Kar.
once you are playing for the franchisee, see, he got 50 off in 5.3 overs.
Yeah.
They had collected 50 runs, both Joe Butler and he got 100 of 64 balls. And beautiful shots through the V's, through the aerial shots. I mean, everything was so
Cricketing
proper about
shots.
him.
Cricketing shots. He wasn't doing that. He was playing cricketing shots.
And though the rain poured in, and it was kind of good news that the overs were not reduced, and he went on to score a brilliant 100 under the uh, Rajasthan Royals. That's why I said, Rajasthan Royals rocked yesterday. And the worst part was that the Mumbai Indians had buttered hands. What sloppy fielding! I mean, the kind of catches, the kind of boundary misses. I think this was very ordinary display of fielding. Not expected out of Mumbai
They
Indians.
should bring back John
Correct
T.
me if I'm
Notes to
wrong.
that side. Bring back John T. Bring back John T. That's what they should be doing.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, if you have the buttered fingers, you're dropping catches, and you're fielding outside the boundary line. You've got it out, and you spilling it over right on the fence for a six. I mean, but they had buttered fingers. Absolutely, I would like to call it very ordinarily pathetic.
No,
But
no,
having said
this is
that,
not the right way to earn your bread and butter. Actually, you can't drop catches. You're right, Ashwin bhai. I want to know from you about this entire IPL. I call it drama. Ashwin, you'll be surprised to know in news channels it's called entertainment. Cricket is no more a sport; it's entertainment. Because of is it? You think is it because of IPL we are seeing this kind of sort of perception towards cricket, towards sports?
No, sports technically is, see, for people who are watching it, it is entertainment. There is no
Yeah.
question. Because people
All
who are
right.
playing in competition, for people who are watching it,
Yeah.
always is entertainment. When I watch a Wimbledon, it's entertainment for me. I would like to watch Federer versus Nadal. I would like to watch Korea versus Agassi for entertainment. So if it is only for the skill, for only to watch a sport, I can watch anyone play anywhere. So now the thing is, you have to market sport. It's become commerce more than entertainment. Cricket has become commerce. Now, entertainment is what makes it commerce. Because people will pay to come only when there is entertainment. How do you package that entertainment? So when an IPL is run, you have whatever you can to package it. You have to have whatever you can to involve people. Now there are things like even betting is legalized in cricket almost. You can bet on all these sites. Well, almost technically, it
It's
almost is.
fantasy. It's fantasy. It's
It's now
fantasy. It's
it's
called fantasy.
now the take on it is it's not luck, it's your judgment. That is another way of giving another name to give it, but otherwise it is betting, whether you like it or not. So you're betting on something that you're not sure of. There is no way I can assure you you can predict whether Gavaskar will get runs in the next game or not, whether Kapil Dev will get wickets in the next. You cannot predict. Skill is totally different from what will happen that day. So skill is if somebody is talking about skill, it's only permutations, combinations, which again is betting, which is the same thing that happens on a roulette table. So technically, it's good for the sport because in Australia it has happened. It's good for the sport. More people get involved. More companies get involved. Commercially, the sport.
In fact, Ashwin, even the cricketers who are playing, they are also playing fantasy sport. For your information, they are
No,
endorsing the
no,
brands. Of course, they are
there
playing.
are two different things. Betting is different from match fixing.
No, no,
Betting is
I'm not
different. Huh?
talking about fixing and all that. I'm not talking about that. But we had conditions earlier, but but
Correct.
I'm from old school thought. For me, cricket is news. Always done treated cricket as news. Never it went on the main page. It went on the front page. It was sports is always news. And we used to work for this great paper called Times of India. It was news. We made news. News for me, it's always news. But coming back to news bit, Mr. Bhaduri, if I may say so, address you. I'll come to you, sir. Mr.
No,
Bhaduri, I want to know
I'm
from
talking
you
about
about.
very general, Indonesia. We were discussing
Huh,
yesterday the spin. Yesterday we were talking about the spin, and we had Sandeep Sharma yesterday. Dada, your take on this?
no, I mean it's
Ashimanda.
all right. I mean he's whatever he's doing, whatever he's getting is a bonus for him because he was not even sort of drafted in the side in the at the first go. Then someone
Yeah,
pulled
he
out.
was
I think
injured,
something that's what happened. So he should thank his lucky
coming back
stars,
from an
whatever he's
injury.
getting, and he knows that. That is whatever he's getting, it's a bonus for him. And he's made and of course you have to be skilled, that is important. But coming back to um, Mr. Bhaduri, I want to ask you about Hardik Pandya, my favorite subject. I've shifted from Virat Kohli to Hardik Pandya right.
That
Oh,
is
Hardik
that is I think
Pandya.
a uh, favorite
No, my
topic for
focus.
all
I
of
love him. I love him. I love him. The way he is, the way he moves around,
Even I love
that
him.
swagger. Yeah. So, and the bucket hat, I picked it from him. Picked it up from him. So bucket hat style. Yeah. So Hardik Pandya is quite a style icon in that way. But on the field, he's not able to create that sort of style as a captain. Do you think he is not a good captain? Do you think it was Nehra who was saving grace for GT when Hardik was there? Why are people talking so negatively about Hardik, the captain? Why is he not able to get that cricket ball out of the park at will? What's wrong with his batting? He's a batting all rounder. People are discussing what his bowling. He's not bowling. अरे भैया batting तो कर लो, batting में run चाहिए. And he's such a powerful guy. I mean, moment he and Ashwina, this is a fact. Moment he went out of the World Cup team last year, I knew India will not win the World Cup. I knew it the very moment. He brings it so much of balance. But is it like this? Is Hardik Pandya batting wise doing like Glenn Maxwell saving everything for the World Cup, which Australians quite are masters, at doing so. Is Hardik Pandya keeping his best for the World Cup? What do you think, Mr. Madhuri?
now, if he is doing that, we will only hope that he is doing that. Actually, I feel the problem happening with Hardik is because of his performance on the field. As he is not getting runs or wickets, that is affecting his whole lot of games. Means his captaincy is also getting affected because of your own performance. When you are not getting to perform what you are able to, he also knows that he is underperforming, no doubt about that, and he is trying his best, no doubt about that. Yesterday he came to bowl the first over also. So he's trying out everything. He's bringing himself up the order. He is going down the order. He has bowled in the power play. He has bowled on the death overs. So it's not that he is not trying, and he is very keen to get back to that thing. But somehow that thing is not happening. That is not clicking. So long his own performance is not getting shown on the field, it is affecting his everything otherwise. So his captaincy is coming as a offshoot of his own performance. I am sure that
Very well
if he
said.
gets run, if he gets his wickets, or if he has a decent bowling figures in one more of the matches, it will reflect in his captaincy. It will always reflect in his captaincy because a captain is always known to somebody who is, and Hardik himself also believes that he leads from the front and he leads by example. What Sanju is doing for Rajasthan Royals. Rajasthan Royals is on a high because of their captain Sanju. Sanju is getting runs
Absolutely.
in more or less every matches. So if your captain is at that level of perfection, all others will always try to live their game. And if you see your captain is struggling, and you can see it every time, you can see it on the television after he gets out, how he is sitting on the dugout, how he is making his speeches and everything. He is trying hard to keep a smile on his face. So all these things are reflected, no doubt about that. So I think his own performance, the day he will get that mojo back, I think things will again start falling for Hardik. Because Hardik, the problem with Hardik is he's a natural cricketer. These people is very difficult to get
Very
people
well
get
said.
back on the track. Those natural cricketers is very difficult because you cannot teach them that you are making this mistake or that mistake. Batting comes naturally to him. The way he used to dug a bouncer for a six is very rare for any other batsman to do this, because it comes by natural to him. Kapil Dev was a natural cricketer. So some people have these natural talents, and it is very difficult to rectify people who have a natural talent. If you have technical problems, you can be rectified. But these people have always unorthodox areas, and these people are unorthodox. So it is very difficult to teach them that you are doing this thing wrong or that thing wrong. I am optimistic that it will click. It will click, but we have to stay with Hardik for the time being.
I wish I want to cut this clip and give it to Hardik Pandya. Very well explained. Wow, this was wow. Uh, Avinav Bhai, the way he explained Hardik's, I think this is why it's important that journalists go and cover matches and properly. And he's a sort of face of when you go to the ground, you not only see things and report as it is, you also go beyond a cricketer, their perspective, what they're thinking, and very well explained, Mr. Bhaduri. Ochida,
Yeah, I
affectionately
couldn't
called
agree with Sir
Ochida. Yeah,
more. I couldn't agree, Sir, with more because you see, if he has watched it so closely, and so I also believe that the man came and he hit a six on the very first ball itself, and it just went off. Then he came up with a shot which was played just right behind the bowler for a four before he got out on 10. Uh,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
LBW bowled by
yeah.
Avesh Khan. This just came in and he just lost the pace, the track, and he was out LBW. And but this man again, as I said, is absolutely dangerous. But on his day, a lethal player, a natural player. So as rightly Dada said that a natural player is very difficult to rectify because he's going to try all the shots uh, which he has in his bag anywhere on the field, and it's just a matter of time before he actually does that.
All
And the
right,
kind of
all
energy
right,
which he has. See,
all
every
right.
player has got this curve again going down, and then the cycle goes up. So this is the game all about. Everybody has a bat. Nobody goes out with an intention to throw away his wicket. No
So true.
batsman in the world.
Absolutely.
Correct me if I'm wrong.
No, no. You have taken this
So
lines
it's
from Gita. I mean, this is
no, no,
absolutely amazing. Okay.
no, no. This is a book which I'm coming up with Karsan Ghavri ji called Cricket and Us,
Yeah.
which is shortly going to be out. And this is what we are discussing. That and I will add on. I will borrow a few ideas from Archita to. I'll request him to edit the book and have a look at it also because
So,
you see if we can add value to the whole. The idea
Listen,
is that you know the more experienced people who come in with their thoughts, with their minds, and it's not that you have to just get forwards by people who are coming in. Uh, Vijay Lokapalli is doing the about the author. He said तुमको क्रिकेट नहीं खेल छोड़ना चाहिए तो तुम गधे हो but this is how it is. He said the first line I'm going to write is why you left cricket. And it is nobody goes in the world to throw out his wicket. Nobody. But then if it's
all right.
if it's not
We'll see what happens tonight and who throws where out of the stadium at Chepok. But uh, Ashwin Bhai, I mean, where do you see this battle tonight? I mean, who's going to be the X factor players? Your players you to watch out for tonight. Your thoughts?
Well, it's like I said, for me, Chennai are the favorites
All right.
because they've had that setback, which is very essential for a team that's doing well.
Yeah.
They are playing at home, right? They have studied the opponents, and that applies to both teams. They've studied the opponents, so it's going to be a more they're going to be going against each other in a more organized manner. First time you're playing against someone in a new season, it's always a little bit of ifs and buts. But if you already played them just 2 3 days ago, in fact, then you know
Yeah.
the opposition a little better. And form also doesn't change in 2 3 days. It can change the next second, but in 2 3 days, you know what frame of mind a certain player is in, and not too many changes would have happened there. So you can plan better. So to my mind, Chennai are the favorites today, especially at home. It's going to be an interesting game in terms of batting and bowling. It's going to be a very interesting game, and the Chennai crowd is always full of great cricketing culture in Chennai. Having been there in for 2 years myself, I know that's great cricketing culture. Chepauk's a great ground, so it's going to be a great game to watch today, and I'm going to hope to
And
watch the whole.
for all those viewers who are watching this telecast, just to remind you, Ashwin Bhai is also from Chennai, so obviously there's a conflict when he's saying that.
I'm from
Conflict of
Delhi.
interest.
No, I'm from Delhi. I've been 2 years in Chennai, but
No, but
I
you're
am
a Tamil.
yes,
I am also a Bengali,
I am a Tamil.
but I'm from Delhi. Okay, 30 years. So you are, of course, I praise Bengal also in similar way. Don't worry. I mean, we are all clannish in little
You must
ways. But
realize, you must realize I worked for Lucknow last year. Huh? So there is
I
conflict of
know
interest
you have
there.
worked for Lucknow, you have worked for ICC, you have worked for everywhere. South African cricket board. This is a reality. You have worked with Punjab Kings. You have worked with Uh, what was? I mean, the IPL promoters. I forgot the company.
IMG.
IMG. Yes, you worked in different places, different capacities. Mr. Baduri, tonight is going to be Dhoni or KL Rahul. I'm asking that question to you.
No, I also will go with Ashin. He is right the way he analyzed it. It is
Okay, Dhoni it
at
is.
least CSK will start as favorites. After that, the things will happen as it is.
All right, all right. Let's see the top 11 picks before we shut the shop for today. We have our captain, CSK captain, Mr. Gaikwad. Yes, Ruturaj Gaikwad. And what a season the way he started off earlier. Quinton de Kock, of course, a very strong player. I mean, I was talking to the other day, Tristan Stubb about the South African lineup for the World Cup. These guys are absolutely uh, next level. I mean, Rachin Ravindra again getting better with every knock he's playing. Of course, he got a lot of runs early on, but we'll definitely put him there. Shivam Dubey, a lot of pressure on the selectors, keep him in that 15. We have Nicholas Puran, one of the most dangerous batters in world cricket with Hendrik Klaassen. We have MS Dhoni, very old. The whole horse knows his way. He's so beautiful, isn't he? Ravindra Jadeja, number one player. I always talk about number one player in all formats of the game, the way he bats, bowls, and fields. And only thing he couldn't become a four-dimensional because he couldn't handle captains for Chennai Super Kings 2 years ago. We have Pathirana. Pathirana, what a player. What a string. I mean, it's very tough to actually read him. He's got 4 wickets and all that in few games that he's played. Ravi Vishnu is, of course, a top pick because he's in the contention to be picked for the Indian team. Nabilul Haq, uh, I think they have started calling him, Puran was calling him other day as Chunka. I don't know what it means. Yeah, everyone has a nickname. And then, yes, Thakur, and of course, a very wicket to wicket bowler, very disciplined with his line and length, change of pace. So this is our top picks, guys who are playing fantasy cricket. Wish them all the best. Thanks, gentlemen. Mr. Madhuri, Ashwin Bhai, Abhinav Bhai for coming on the show and gracing the show with your thoughts and your perspective. I think we are going to get a great match, unlike what happened in the last game. Because Duke came, Dhoni came, scored some runs, then KL Rahul came, conquered the match completely. Tonight, I hope there'll be some competition because LSG is playing in CSK's den, which is important. Enjoy the game. A good day and see you around. Take care. Bye. Thanks for
Thank
coming.
you.
Bye. Thank you.
Thanks.